fruits, nuts, and seeds.
Chapati, thank you for teaching us to be healthy.
The energy that I feel with these meals.
Chapati, that was really yummy.
Like a kid with new toys. Health is my greatest joy. Come and see, come and be with our host Chapati.
Hello and welcome back to Food with Life. I am Chapati, your host, and today we have a wonderful topic for the show. It is going to be on Ayurveda snacks, things that are very easy to make if you're on the go, run, and have to be somewhere very fast, and you do not have time to make long time dishes or foods. We have our wonderful guest coming back, Priyanka. Please come in. She'll be showing us
Hi,
some
Chapati.
very good things to make. Very easy.
Lovely to be back here again.
Welcome.
And today we're going to be making a cilantro chutney or a coriander leaf chutney. As we spoke about in the previous weeks, cilantro has very cooling properties. And we're also going to be using coconut. Dry is fine, wet is much better. So we put the coconut into the blender first, completely.
So cooling is very good if you perhaps maybe
Pitta dosha.
if you have a lot of anger or a lot of
Absolutely.
heat. It
Lots of
helps
heat.
quiet things down, yes?
Cool things down, yes. So then we have the cilantro, the coriander, it's chopped coriander. And then we have about half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Then
What
we
is-
have half a teaspoon of ground ginger.
Now, what is cumin good for?
Cumin is very good for digestion,
Digestion.
as is the ginger.
Ginger.
Yes. And we just have about a teaspoon of lime juice for a little astringent taste. And then we're going to be just adding just enough water to make it into a clear paste.
Put that top on. I don't want it flying all over the roof.
You're right, it happens sometimes, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh, looks good. So
I
let's pour it
know.
out.
Let's pour it out.
So about how much water did we put in the beginning of this?
I put about between quarter to half a cup of water. It depends on how some people like it. Smoother the better as far as I'm concerned. But some people like it a different way.
Yes.
So there you go. It's a very good thing to probably dip some flat bread in it.
Cracker.
But here we have flaxseed crackers, so that seems a little
Go
good. So
have a
let's
dip.
Have a dip.
Have a dip. You want to have a taste with us? We'll send it to you. This is good.
I really love it. Some people would like some salt in it, so if they would need some salt.
Could have some salt.
But since crackers already have that salt, I think, you know.
I don't think it needs any salt.
Really? Is it good for your taste?
It is very even.
Very even.
Very settling.
This balances all the doshas, this chutney.
You use that word a lot. It's a very good term.
Doshas?
Yeah, balancing the doshas.
Balancing the doshas.
You know. The doshas are the elements, all the elements and how they work in the body.
And they're so balanced, it's so good. It's a lovely, flavorful thing. It just takes us a few minutes to make.
And then you feel wonderful. You know, when there's some kind of upset or emotions or this way or that way, the doshas get a little bit imbalanced and it causes this. Either way, one came first or the other. You start to feel uneasy. So if you can balance yourself to feel easy, have some tried dish dosha foods, and they're very tasty. So, what else are we doing?
We are making some other very interesting dishes today,
Yes.
but we'll have to make them come back and see us again because we're going to be using this blender one more time
Okay.
to make a really good drink.
All right, we'll do that. This is Food with Life. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Food with Life. Now we'll be doing another very quick, easy to make drink. Show me, Priyanka, what are we doing?
It's going to be called Triveni Sangamam. Triveni Sangamam is a place in India where the three holy rivers of the Ganges, the Ganga, the Yamuna and the Saraswati meet. So these have three main ingredients, which is namely the mint, the pineapple I have here, and the grapes. So we have 2 cups of grapes, which we'll put into our blender. And we have an odd grape, you can probably eat that.
All right, very good.
And it has 2 tablespoons of ginger, which we add directly into it. Then we add a handful of mint leaves.
Fresh if possible to find.
And what I normally like to do is I like to prepare these glasses ahead of time, you know. If you just could cut it a little bit like that, take that and then, you know, a little across and maybe a sprinkle of cinnamon on that and then line the glasses like this. So, you know, it looks kind of delightful and you could probably eat it later.
I'll try
too.
that.
You want to try that?
Yes, you do the mixing and I'll do the lining.
Okay, so we get a teaspoon of local honey. Try to get the local honey. The reason being, when you get local honey, the bees have already got to the local flowers, so you tend to not get as many allergies because the pollen's already in your system, thereby creating immunity. And then we have a splash of rose water. We add that in. We add some pineapples. And we are ready to put the lid on this blender again.
Here we go. Stay with us. Hold on. Okay, let's see how we're doing here.
Yeah, I think the blending's all done, Chapati.
Very good.
And it has a lovely color.
Very tasty looking. Ooh.
It's absolutely delicious. And what we should do is
Yes.
probably add a little bit of mint leaves for some color here, right
Very
here.
nice.
You know,
Very, very nice.
really creative
Beautiful.
and it's
Beautiful.
absolutely delicious. So it
All
has
right.
the three main ingredients right there.
All right.
Wish you could be here to drink it with us.
Come over soon and we'll come to your house and bring some.
I love
I'm gone. I'm
Love the flavors. I think we'll see them real soon, huh? Before we
Yes.
This is Food with Life. We'll be right back. Stay with us. This is Food with Life.
We're back with our wonderful Priyanka. And we have a beautiful dish that she's come up with. It is an Ayurvedic dish called Veda greens.
Absolutely, Vedic greens. So we have three different greens here.
Yes.
We have bok choy, which can be got from the Chinese market. And we have red kale, which is almost available everywhere. And just some normal spinach. So we get our wok rolling.
Get it rolling. The flame must
See,
be
there's a
rolling.
fascinating thing about greens. See, normally greens, since they are bitter, they're not really good for your digestive tract. But then we're going to be adding some sugar and some coriander seeds in it, which will cool it. And though these are normally not really good for the digestive tract and they are bitter in taste, they become warming while they digest.
So why
So
are
that
they-
is the difficult thing to believe for most people, but it is a different and unique fact.
Why are they
about
not good for digestion?
Because basically it has a lot of high prana which most people can't take, and it's not good for the dhatus or the tissues
Oh,
of the body.
prana meaning what? The
Life force.
life force.
So we're just going to put about half a teaspoon of ghee into our wok.
Very good.
And into the wok, we're going to add some cumin seeds, about half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Do you want to help
Let
me
me
do
stir
that?
it around. This is my specialty.
Wonderful.
Well, smoking a little bit. We put our little pan in there.
And then we're going to put in some coriander.
We put it, tone it down.
Coriander seeds. It's about a teaspoon in there. It's a good idea to put a little water. And add the spinach. And just before adding the red kale, at this point, we add about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. We put on the red kale and then add a teaspoon of rosemary powder. Put in the bok choy and a teaspoon of sugar.
Oh,
I can see it's making Chapati very happy.
it's very good. You can go to town on this dish. I can see it right now.
I normally like to add salt at the end for this dish. Salt to taste, normally about quarter to half a teaspoon is perfect. And while chapati is going to work a little bit,
what is the length of time you let this cook?
about 2 minutes is more than enough on medium-high heat. While he's doing that, I'm going to get this plate all prepared. I'm going to put the remaining part of the clarified butter right here, otherwise called the ghee. A little bit of salt.
By the way, if you want a good thing to eat, a flavorful, tasty, delicious, come on over and have something to eat with us.
It's a good idea to put some pepper directly onto the ghee.
Yes.
It sticks to it.
It's almost getting done now.
Almost getting done.
Yes.
So we put some little tomatoes, some garnish on the side. And like I said earlier on, it's a good idea to chop some fresh mint. And keep that around here.
All right.
I think we're almost done.
Give it a whirl,
chapati.
I think. I think it is about
Just
done.
one whirl.
I think it's about ready. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Why don't you bring over the plate now?
Yes. All right. Here we are. All right.
Okay, there we have it. Those are some Vedic greens.
Very
Some
nice.
people like some extra mint over there. And some tomatoes just over the bok choy like that. And maybe some more little black pepper. We have some forks there.
Pepper is very good for digestion, isn't it?
Extremely good.
Very good.
Pepper nigrum, really good.
Right.
So let's get a little taste there.
Very good.
Interesting flavors.
Very good.
And it's so nutritious because it has all this melangerie of flavors. You know, you've got the bok choy, you have the red kale, the spinach, full of folic acid and lovely nutrients.
It's delicious. Very good. Try it soon.
This is Food with Life. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life.
I'm Chapati with our wonderful guest Priyanka. We have a few things we're going to show you here. A final digestive powder which is excellent for digestion. Priyanka, show us what we can do here.
This digestive powder is from my lineage. We use that for a variety of things. We use it for cut vegetables, to sprinkle on cut vegetables like the cucumber I have here. And we have a plethora of different ingredients. Right here we have a stainless steel mortar and pestle from India. So traditionally it was done like that. Now it's very time consuming to do something like that. So what we do is we would mix all these together in certain, different amounts, and we just put it in here, lock it up, and
This is it.
yeah, and that's a coffee grinder.
An auto motor pestle, we call it.
This is an electronic motor and pestle, I guess. And over here I have a traditional, an antique almost, of how spices were stored in India. And in here I have some curry leaves. And these curry leaves are dried curry leaves, which we will also be using in our powder. And just to show our viewers, I want to show you people how fresh curry leaves look. So we would need to use 2 strands of these curry leaves. So you could probably do that and dry them ahead of time. It's a good idea to dry them in the sun, and most people do that very well in their own backyards. It takes about a couple of hours to dry. Basically, it just remains as it is, but the moisture completely goes out. So we're not going to be using that right now because we have these dried curry leaves that we've done ahead of time. We just thought this is an interesting thing to show our viewers. If you're not able to, get curry leaves which actually come in a strand, you can get about 20 individual leaves and use them.
What type did you say? 20 what?
20 curry leaves.
No, okay. I thought you used another
So we'll
name.
keep those 2 aside because we don't need them.
Yes.
So these are the ingredients we're going to be combining. We have a cup here of dry ginger powder. It's an extremely good digestive. Some people just get the whole dry ginger and powder it. It's not really necessary to do it. And over here we have the cumin powder that I've done. It's a good idea to powder like about a whole cup of cumin powder. Meanwhile, I also have some water boiling. And this digestive powder is also used to make a digestive tea, which we will do in a while, Chapati and I.
Very nice.
I think at this point you can actually really cut until I finish all the...
Do we need to mix it at all
No, at the end we'll do that.
at the end? Oh,
Okay, so we have all the cumin powder, the whole cup of cumin I've ground right here. So it's not a good idea to really mix it at this point. Over here we have about 3 teaspoons of methi seeds, which are otherwise called fenugreek seeds. I like to grind the fenugreek seeds with about 3 teaspoons of rock salt. So I add that in there as well. And I screw the lid back on. So that's done almost immediately. And then I put in about a teaspoon of dry mango powder. It's otherwise called amchur, A-M-C-H-U-R. It's available at the Indian store. And here we have about 2 teaspoons of whole black peppercorns. So those two go in together and we powder them.
I'm getting impatient here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I want to taste it.
Soon, we'll be there very, very,
Very
soon.
soon.
So right here we have our curry leaves, the dried curry leaves. And when we add the dry curry leaves, can you smell all the spices, Chapati?
Very,
My
very,
God.
very alive.
And then we have a tablespoon of coriander seeds, which we add together. The reason why I really like to put the curry leaves along with the coriander seeds is basically because the curry leaves and the coriander seeds are herbs in a certain respect on them.
Yes,
So
yes. Very good. The last two.
And then I have about a teaspoon of elachi powder, which is cardamom powder. You could just add that right away. And about 1/4 teaspoon of dry chili flakes. That could be added. And while I get the hot water, if you could just give this a good stir.
Yes, yes, yes. My specialty is stirring all the ingredients.
There we have it. We
Right.
have some real lovely hot water. And this powder is all mixed. It's a fabulous digestive powder. And it keeps extremely well for a long periods of time. So we'll be drinking this really soon.
How much should you put in a cup?
Just about half a teaspoon is
Half a
fine.
teaspoon is it? And when's the best time to drink this?
Just about 25 minutes after a meal.
So this kind of settles everything down, yes?
Wonderfully.
Very beautiful. All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for helping us out today and letting us know a little bit about Ayurveda. There's a wonderful drink to complete the meal, make everything go down very smooth and easy. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks our wonderful guest, Priyanka.
It was a pleasure.
And we'll be back at some time. Stay with us for another show and have a very good day and a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching Food with Life.